Wait, time
Either
out.
we're moving on or
Oliver,
we're
you said, of
leaving.
course they
If we're
can.
moving. Are we
No,
going to
no,
move
we're
on
not
or
moving
not?
on right
Are
here.
we going to move on?
We gotta move on
Okay.
after
Are we
we
going to
finish
move on or
this.
not? No.
We're
No.
gonna move
Are
on
we moving
after we
on or
finish
not?
this topic because
No.
now you're trying to paint me as
No.
the bad guy, like, oh,
No,
I
I'm
didn't
not.
give
Are we
consent
going to
to
move
this.
on?
What about
No,
that
I
little
didn't.
chick
No.
that said, oh,
Okay,
I
I'm
didn't
done.
give consent to
That
you
little
sending me
chick.
your wang pic?
I'm done.
What about that, Oliver? What about that? Just answer.
Oliver just got destroyed in a debate against Cooley of the No Fugazi podcast. Oliver has been making his rounds lately. He got destroyed by Andrew Wilson. He got destroyed by Jim Bob. Now it looks like he's like, I want to be destroyed by Cooley. So he made the arrangements. He worked everything out with Cooley. He's like, Cooley, I want to get destroyed again. Cooley's like, we can make that happen. And apparently Cooley makes him rage quits. So let's see what goes down between Cooley of the No Fugazi podcast against everyone's favorite male feminist soy boy, Oliver.
Oliver lied about Andrew Wilson. He clipped farmed him to make it look like he supports SA. What really happened was Andrew Wilson asked him a hypothetical question to reduce his claim to absurdity. Yeah, I seen that. Oliver, question. I know Andrew Wilson, and Andrew Wilson I would consider him a good friend of mine. You did post a clip in regards to painting Andrew Wilson to look bad,
Indeed,
like not in
Godspeed.
the
Good
right
to see
light. It
ya.
was disingenuous. Do you want to apologize to Andrew Wilson on you being a slimy snake there and clipping up that to make him look bad? You want to apologize to Andrew Wilson? You don't want to
No, I
apologize
don't.
to him.
Would you like me to?
You can
Wow.
No,
explain
would
why.
you like?
Go
I
ahead.
can.
Go
I
ahead.
would like. If you'd like,
What
sure.
a
Like I would
piece of
explain. Sure.
shit.
So no, I did not paint Andrew Wilson as saying that SA was a good thing. In fact, in the clip, if you watch
We'll bring it up.
he explicitly stated he was not saying it was for
Well, there's
SA. He's
multiple
like, I'm
people
not
in it.
defending SA, but that a good of
No,
hold on.
actually,
Yeah, I'm
no,
sure
real
this
quick,
is
Oliver. Since it's
no.
no,
Can I keep
I'm
What a
going to give
weasel.
the floor to yours. Since there's a lot of, I didn't know that a lot of people were
Okay.
speaking about this. They're all saying this, so I'm going to give. I've seen the clip, but let's hear what you want to say. I'm going to let you explain yourself.
Okay.
But first, I'm going to go ahead and.
What does this have to do with this
We're
debate?
just reading the
We're having a
super chats,
debate
bro.
about
We're just
feminism. Why are
reading
we
the super
talking
chat.
about on? We're having
Reading the super
okay.
chat.
All right. What I was specifically talking about within that context was Andrew said that a good of SA is orgasm.
Oliver seems to be speaking in a Japanese movie, a Japanese English dubbed movie, because the lips aren't syncing up to the words.
That's what he claimed. A good of it could be, and that some women could be SA'd,
Oliver, that isn't
have
what
an
he
orgasm,
claimed.
and
He was
therefore
doing an internal critique on your worldview,
no.
and that's what
He was
you
no.
claimed.
Hold on. He was saying a good. No. I didn't claim that. I never claimed that. Here's
Okay.
the context he was trying to give. I was saying that premarital sex was that is good for some people. And what he was trying to do is make a critique of my logic by saying, well, since some women enjoy being SA'd, therefore can we really say it's bad because it's good for some people? Completely neglecting the fact that orgasm doesn't make SA good for a woman. In fact, it can make it a lot worse. So no, absolutely not. It was not. No, it's not. That's not at all how that happened. But
well, the point is that just because it's good for some people, it's not good for majority. That's pretty much the point that Andrew Wilson was trying to get at there. Not the Oliver, come on.
That's not even related to this
It's
debate.
okay. People asking for it, so I'm not going to do it unless because it's me and your conversation. But since they're asking,
let's have a conversation.
Just listen, man. Calm down. What I like to do here is, and we've already agreed to it before we started the podcast. I said when there's super chats, I'll go ahead and read them. And if there's any, and you even said if there's anything that pertains to you, you are okay to give a response to. You said the things that really don't pertain to me, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, and all these lefties are slimy. They don't have actual any good arguments, so they have to clip their opponents out of context just to make them look bad. That's the only way they could win. You know, it's pretty much like they couldn't. It's like when you can't win an actual fight, so you have to resort to just kneeing them in the nutsack, because you got nothing else.
Give a response to.
Our personal attacks. Yeah. Personal attacks.
Cool.
People attacking me
this
directly.
Does pertain to you, right? In regards to this, I got many super chats asking about this. I'm going to go ahead. Are you cool with me playing a portion of that and we can clear the air up?
I think I mean,
It's
it
very
doesn't
fast.
relate to
I'll
this
just,
debate.
I'll just go
Okay,
ahead.
we're not.
I mean, you guys had the same debate in regards to feminism. So, I mean,
It was an entirely different conversation. Why are we going over a different debate? Okay.
Okay. Well, we could go ahead and clear the air up, and I'll go ahead and play a quick portion of the clip, and then let's see what you said is accurate. All right, cool. Let's see if you're being genuine or you're being disingenuous.
Spoiler.
All right, cool.
Probably
Let me go ahead and
disingenuous.
bring this up and share my screen. And if you're not okay with this, I won't do it because I'm not that type of guy. I don't want to set you up in any booby traps, but you've already gave your rebuttal to it. So let's just pull it up and see if what you're saying is accurate. Cool? Cool. All right.
Okay.
1 second.
Answer the question.
I'm not going to answer the question.
But
I'm not going to
because
answer.
then I can't say
I'm
some
not going to
people.
answer. I'm not going to answer
Yeah.
whether women enjoy being.
That's not what I
damsel.
asked you.
Whether a woman has enjoyed being.
If there's ever been one, do you
I'm
think
not-
there's ever been one?
I'm not. No, I'm not answering.
You don't
it.
think there has been?
I don't know, and I'm not going to answer.
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
I'm not
'cause
going
you
to
know-
answer.
'cause you
I'm
know,
not going to.
'cause
This
you
is a weird
know.
thing. What do you? This is such a weird thing
What's
to get
wrong with
on
answering
about.
the question?
Because I'm not going to say, I'm not going to contribute to rhetoric that tries to say that there is anything good about SA.
Who said there's anything good about it?
Yeah.
You just said that some women orgasm, therefore that is a good
No,
of it.
no.
Oh,
I was
bro.
doing-
So Oliver, right here, you still don't understand that Andrew Wilson was doing an internal critique. You understand that, right? So in the debate,
Yeah, he calls it an
yeah,
internal
but in
critique.
the debate, you
Mhm.
still
He calls it an internal critique, but we both know he was just trying to say SA is A-okay.
made an assumption that he was saying that it's okay for men to want SA
no.
if women
That's not what I said.
if they find any pleasure.
A good of it. No, a good of it. A good of it. A redeeming quality
Got you.
of SA is
Got you.
orgasm.
Okay. So
That-
he
and that-
wasn't
and
saying
that-
that,
that was the
but
example he was
time
giving,
out.
and
Do
it
you know
doesn't
that
map
he
on.
wasn't saying that himself?
But hold on. In order for that, let me explain. In order for the hypothetical to make sense, it would have to be a good of it. Because my claim was the comparison he was trying to make was to premarital sex. So my claim was, hey, some women enjoy having premarital sex, and because they enjoy it, because that sort of thing. And Andrew's claim was, well, some women enjoy being SA'd. In order for that to map on,
I don't think he said
and
enjoyed,
because
though.
of that part of it.
But listen, stop.
I don't think he said enjoyed. I mean, you listen, me, I might have a memory of a goldfish here. I don't remember the word enjoyed being used by Andrew Wilson. He said orgasmed,
being
Stop
SA'd
it,
because of
Oliver.
orgasm.
which is a bodily
When
reaction.
he's saying, but some women enjoy, because remember, he's speaking about the pleasure.
They
He's
don't.
speaking
It's
about
just
the
not
enjoy
possible.
factor of it, right? He was asking you. He wasn't insinuating this himself. You know that, right?
He was insinuating that
Under
a
his
good
worldview,
that orgasm
under
is pleasure.
his
That orgasm is pleasure.
under
No,
his
that
worldview,
orgasm is pleasure in
Oliver,
that
stop
situation,
it.
and it's not. It's not pleasurable. He can make
Okay,
it worse.
got you. Under his worldview, he doesn't believe this to be true. Do you know that that's correct, right?
Not evident when he makes a comparison to it, and
He was
uses
making the
orgasm as
comparison
pleasure.
to critique your worldview.
But wait, orgasm is not pleasurable in SA. It makes it worse, actually.
You know that you still don't get it. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Let's just play it along more, and then we'll.
Yeah, either he's not getting it or he's choosing not to get it. But like, that's Cooley can't put it any more. Cooley can't make it any more clear. And Oliver, I don't understand how Oliver cannot get it, but perhaps he does. But he's still trying to cope and just being too stubborn just to admit that he was wrong.
Then we'll get to the part where you clipped up, because I do believe that it was disingenuous.
running
Flip
an internal
farming.
critique.
Okay.
And saying if it is the case of X, then Y.
So let's just bring it back. He even explains to you what he's doing.
If it is
Stop
the case of X
Listen,
and Y.
Oliver,
If
listen.
it is the case that, oh my God, is this not a
I know, but-
conversation back and forth? At some
Hey,
point, we should move on from this
we'll
because
move
it's not going
on.
to go anywhere, and I'm going to
We'll
continue
move
to tell
on
you the
right
same
after
thing
this, man.
over and over
This
and over.
Andrew is a good friend of mine, and you said that you're not apologizing,
Okay.
and you put out a clip to clip
Mhm.
farm to make him up to look really bad, to make it seem that he supports women being SA'd as long as they feel pleasure.
No.
out of it.
Nope.
Yeah.
No. That
No,
is
you
not
did.
it. Nope.
You even
You did.
Absolutely
insinuated
not.
here,
Saying a
Oliver.
redeeming
Listen.
quality.
All right, so
no.
that's what we gotta
A
do.
redeeming
We're gonna
Come
play it
on,
all the way
Oliver.
through.
Don't be a
And then I'm
slime
gonna have
ball,
you give your
Oliver. Don't be a
rebuttal.
slime
Okay.
ball.
Let's just bring it
Just
back
own
so
it,
people
man
get the
up.
context.
Take responsibility.
But because then I can't say some people.
I'm not gonna answer
Yeah.
whether women enjoy being.
That's not what I
damn
asked you.
Whether a woman has enjoyed being.
If there's ever been one, do you think
A
there's
woman
ever
has
been
enjoyed.
one?
If there's ever been no. one, I'm not answering.
You don't think there
we
has
go.
been?
I don't know, and I'm not going to answer.
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
I'm not going to answer.
Because
I'm not going to. This is a weird thing. What do you? This is such a weird thing
What's
to
wrong
get
with
on.
It's such
answering
a
the question?
weird thing. These lefties like to paint you out as weird. That's always their go-to. It's so weird. Remember that was like the Democrat strategy leading up to the 2024 election. Their plan was to just label Donald Trump, JD Vance, and all of them just weird. Well, you're weird. But that's what happens. Like they just, oh, well, that's so weird. It's like my debate with First Amender. He was like, well, that's Looney Tunes. That's so weird. Well, that's so weird. You don't want men in women's restrooms? I mean, that's so weird.
Because I'm not going to contribute to rhetoric that tries to say that there is anything good about SA.
Who said there's anything good about it?
You just said that some women orgasm.
He did. No, he didn't. He's critiquing your worldview. Let's finish on Oliver. Just stop.
God.
Let's just finish it.
They're
So you can
saying
see.
a
So you
redeeming.
can see. Just let's finish
Some
it.
women. Or that is a good of it.
No.
Oh,
I was
bro,
running an
clip
internal
farming.
critique and saying
See,
if it
he
is
says
the
it right
case of
there.
X, then
Internal
Y.
internal
That's
critique.
not me advocating for that position. Don't lie.
See, Andrew, you gotta be
Ooh.
careful.
If it is
though.
the case
You have
that
to be
some
careful.
women. Wait a second. No. Can you
I'll
pause
pause it. Go
it?
ahead.
He's saying if it is the case that X, if it is the case that X and Y, in order for this to follow, if it is the case that some women orgasm or one woman orgasms and then, during SA, and that means she enjoyed it, then that. I'm disputing the first part of that orgasm is a reason why a woman would enjoy being SA'd. Women do not enjoy being SA. It's literally part of SA. It makes it worse, actually, because if the body is incongruous with what,
Got
what
you,
the
Oliver.
mind
Let's finish the
wants,
clip.
it can make it even worse because it can make it
That's
seem
not
like
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not
sure,
the
bud.
dispute here.
Let's
The
go
dispute
back.
doesn't.
is
It
that
makes it
you
worse.
clipped up Andrew Wilson to be very disingenuous, and that's the point we're going to. So let's just finish the clip,
Okay.
and then
Cool, Oliver. Thanks for that. Let's get back to it.
When we move into this, right, here's what I'm saying to you, and I'll ask this question again. Do you think that there's been at least one woman who's ever existed that was essayed and liked it?
I don't know.
You
Yeah,
don't
that's a
think-
clip.
what do you
Yeah,
think?
that's a good. That's
I
a clip.
don't know. I'm not going to answer that question,
Yeah,
Andrew.
because then I could say
Because I'm not
because then
gonna-
I could say, well, why make the prescription shouldn't essay?
No.
Because
I'm
some
not
people
going to.
don't like it.
No.
Yeah. At that point, I begin mocking him for his absurd logic.
Okay.
You see, Oliver
Okay.
dishonestly cut a video,
Would you deposit, or are we going to
which
just
is me
have
making
Andrew Wilson on
fun
the
of him
podcast
for
now,
his
too?
dishonest tactics, which led to
Mhm.
this absurd
definitely.
conclusion. Now, far be it for me to point out how awful Oliver's logic is,
Oliver seething.
and that he could end up accidentally categorizing people who are on the receiving end of this horrible experience and marginalize them by saying only some people don't like it.
That was the point. It was an
But it's-
internal critique
No.
because
That
you
was
kept saying
that
only
wasn't
some.
it.
Even
No. Man, this is good on Cooley here. Like, honestly, like putting him in the hot seat. And I hope he feels hot in that seat. I hope he feels roasted, because this was a bad thing, Oliver. It was a slimy, weaselly thing to do.
even in this debate, you kept using the word some.
No.
Like, why? It's funny because
That would mean that SA
Oliver,
has to be
listen,
good for women. That means it has to be
Oliver,
good for one woman, and I dispute that. It's
Oliver,
not good for one woman.
stop it, Oliver. Once again, the clip that you made was disingenuous, and we're going to bring up that clip now.
Okay, dude. Yeah, I guess you could make the case that, like, grape is bad. First,
And then look what Oliver wrote right here, too. Just when you think it can't get worse, it does. Andrew apparently took issue with me saying that waiting until marriage works for some people, and somehow twisted that into a defense of SA. According to him, if a woman orgasms during SA, then it wasn't really that bad, which is absolutely vile. So even in the post, Oliver is trying to make it seem like Andrew is diminishing SA, which Oliver says is absolutely vile. This kind of rhetoric fuels the dangerous narrative that consent is irrelevant if the body reacts. That as long as you do it right, it doesn't matter whether she said yes. It's apologism, plain and simple. Are you even surprised that the same man defending 41-year-olds dating eight? Oh my goodness. Ugh. Bro, why? Why do you say stupid things like that? It's like stupid things like, oh, you're defending 41-year-olds dating 18-year-olds? Oh, 2 consenting adults? Like, it's so weird when the left paints out like older men dating young girls, young women, I should say, that are young adults. That's like some form of like PDF file-ism, you know? It's so weird, that whole notion. You know, adult women, they're strong, independent, they can make their own decisions, but if they're dating an older man, oh no, they were manipulated. They were manipulated, and the power dynamics and all that bullshit. Okay. Is now floating the idea that there are redeeming qualities to SA. These people aren't just deranged, they're dangerous. Oh, they're dangerous. Andrew Wilson's dangerous. Check out at your own peril the full debate on the Whatever Podcast YouTube channel. It's listed under their debates playlist. And then you see this big brain commenter right here. This man needs to be put in jail for a lifetime. And then this person, is this AI? Who TF argues that grape is good in any context? So, again, Oliver being a slimeball weasel, trying to deny that he tried to paint Andrew Wilson out in a specific way, when right here in this video, and then in the description that he wrote, made it Andrew out to be some kind of SA apologist. So, I mean, surprise, surprise, Oliver is a lying sack of shit.
For certain people.
No.
For certain people.
No, it's bad for everyone.
No, it's only bad for certain people. Here,
Andrew,
like there's women, you agree,
no.
who have orgasmed during SA.
That has nothing to do with
Bro.
whether it's SA.
Bro.
That has nothing to do with whether it's SA. Are you kidding me?
Bro, I didn't say whether or not it's SA. I said during SA.
What does it have to do with anything?
Well, bro,
He
if
said
that's
that.
So once again, he's doing an internal bro. Never mind. So you just don't.
Just because you're doing
don't,
it, just because you're doing an internal critique.
I don't think you actually get it. And even in our discussion, you didn't get it either. So at the end of the day, Oliver, any final words? You don't want to apologize to Andrew Wilson for making that clip and making him look bad?
No, I'm not going to.
Okay, cool.
Here's why I'm not going to apologize. And there have been 2 specific instances
Because
that
I'm
I
a
can
piece
think
of
of
shit.
right now where
That's
Andrew
why I'm not
has
apologizing.
actually tried to justify SA, and I will name them right now.
Wait. We ain't even got to speak about any of that. We ain't even got to speak about any of that. My question for you was very simple.
You could accuse
Pretty
me
cool.
of being
No, my
disingenuous.
question
That's
for you was
funny.
very
That's
simple.
funny, Krillin.
We're speaking
Oh my
about
God.
what
Wow.
you said in what you posted, because you posted the tail end.
I can't say what. And
No,
I can't
Oliver,
say what Andrew said. That
you
would make
didn't
it
post the
plausible.
beginning where Andrew
Wow.
Wilson said he's doing an internal critique.
Can I
You
keep?
posted.
So now Oliver's spurging out because Cooley bought receipts. Cooley proving in real time that Oliver is a lying sack of shit. And Oliver got called out. So as what they usually do, they spurg out.
Posted
Can I
the
keep
end
talking?
of it
Okay.
where he even
Okay, you guys
explained
can
that
look
he's
into it.
making fun of you
Andrew,
because of your absurd claims.
Well, no, we're already. Oh,
Yes.
sure. And I can't say things now. Okay.
No,
are you
it's
gonna
going
let
to
me
be the
talk? You're
same
not
way.
gonna let
You
me
could
talk.
clip stuff up on this podcast.
Andrew, no. Andrew, hold on. You can do it, Andrew. And this is very blatant. Andrew has justified SA in particular situations.
Now
we're
he has.
speaking about in this.
Oh, I wonder if he's going to bring up the marital grape. I wonder if he's going to bring that up.
Situation.
Hold on.
This situation.
Oh my God!
In this situation. No, we're speaking about in this situation, bro.
I'm gonna keep talking. If there was,
we're speaking about in this situation
to inform this. Yeah,
he
I didn't give so much grace. Can
your
I explain? You won't
he
even let me
never
talk.
said that SA, if a woman gets pleasure out of SA, then it's good.
Okay. Yep.
But in your caption, you even put that there. So that's disingenuous.
Obviously, I agree with Cooley here. He's absolutely right. But I would like to hear what Oliver has to say. I want to hear the kind of slimy defense that he tries to put up for himself.
But you're not conceding.
Can I keep talking?
But you're not conceding that you were It was disingenuous, bro.
I know.
It
I
was
wasn't. Here we go.
disingenuous.
Can I explain? Can I
I mean,
talk now? There
you're
are two
speaking
specific
about
instances where Andrew has.
something
Oh my
else
God.
rather than what
Can I
we're
talk?
speaking about.
Can I talk? Because it.
Why?
Oh yeah, of course. Because other examples can't show that there is a
No,
likelihood here
you
to be a little bit
posted
dismissive towards
something to
SA.
make it seem
Oh,
that in that video, in
okay.
that
Can I talk?
listen, in
Okay.
that specific video, what you posted.
Yeah,
let's
you don't
not
want me to
move
say
the
this right now.
goalposts. We're speaking about in the video that you
talk about.
posted.
Yeah, we're talking about me, not Andrew.
This is what the chat want. We just getting through the chats, bro. And you said that you cool with it.
Yeah, you have to do what the
We
chat
didn't
wants.
have to do this. You said that you wanted to do this.
Can I fucking? Can I?
Did you say that you wanted to do this or not?
Can I talk?
Good old Oliver. Super chat from Wi-Fi Gospel. Thank you very much with the salute. Salute right back to you, sir. Thank you very much. Always appreciate it. All your donos greatly appreciated by me. And like I said earlier, they do go back into the channel.
Talk. Oh my God.
Did you agree to going through this or not?
Brought it up.
You said no. I just brought it up.
No, not explicitly.
Oh,
You kind of did just bring it up.
Wait, you didn't give consent?
I didn't give a shit. Can I
even
talk?
before I brought it up, I said we don't.
I don't give a shit.
Yo, Oliver, before I started the video, I said we don't have to do this because you are on my platform. But since the chat wants it, we're gonna go ahead and do this. But now you're trying to extract consent. You're trying to extract consent, and it's funny.
Wait, revoke consent? Wait, revoke. Do you think consent can be revoked? I'm just wondering. Do you think it can be revoked?
Well, Oliver, didn't you do something in your purse?
I think he tried to just do it right there again. I think he tried to get Cooley to answer so he could clip Cooley and be like, oh, did you see what Cooley said? And do the same kind of clip farming that he did to Andrew.
Personal life, and you sent naked pictures to a girl.
Are we really?
And you even said in your little thing that, well, she extracted consent. You even insinuated that, well, I thought that she gave consent to send the pictures.
Damn.
Isn't that what you said?
All right, you're going to attack me? We're going to attack me personally?
No, this is not attacking the personal. This is attacking.
So he's allowed to say Andrew Wilson advocates for SA and justify it as SA. But Cooley brings up that Oliver has had allegations of being a sex pest himself, and now it's like, oh, the personal attacks. You're gonna get personal now, Cooley. How low of you to get personal? Meanwhile, let's talk about how Andrew Wilson is pro SA.
You bring this up. You bring this up, Oliver.
No,
Oliver,
you brought it up.
This is in the public sphere. You bring this up, Oliver. No, you bring it up. So it's funny how. So you don't believe that women can extract consent?
No, I absolutely do.
Oh, so you do. Okay. So then when we were having this discussion right now, I asked you, hey, man, we don't have to speak about this. I said, bro, we don't got to speak about it. It's me and you debating. We could just move on. You said, it's fine. So you gave consent, but now you're extracting consent. You gave consent to play the clips and talk about the Andrew Wilson thing, but now you're extracting consent. You can't do that, Oliver. Just like that little girl, that 15-year-old, she couldn't extract consent from you. That would be true, right? That would be true. Would that be true, Oliver?
No.
That's logically consistent.
Damn.
Can you be logically consistent, bro?
No, it's not.
See, Oliver, this is what you've opened yourself up to, man. Like, you did this on your own. Like, you opened yourself up to this. When you start trying to slander someone and trying to make them out that they're pro SA and stuff like that, and you have this kind of history, this potential thing that could use back at you. Yeah, you kind of brought all this on yourself. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to make that clip, making Andrew Wilson make him look out to be some kind of SA apologist. You didn't have to, but you chose to because you lost fairly in that debate. You had no good arguments. You lost fair and square. So now you try to sling mud at Andrew Wilson, and now that mud's being slung right back to you.
So why didn't you just try to extract consent from me?
Someone can also, because someone can also not have the same opinions they had when they were younger. Okay, like you're trying to hold me to standards from the past.
No, we're speaking about the consent factor.
I'm done with this.
We're speaking about the consent factor, Oliver. Don't run, Oliver. Don't rage quit, bro. Don't rage quit. Don't rage quit, bro.
Yeah, no, don't rage. Just open up, man. Be a man.
We're still having a debate,
man up.
And we're speaking about
take responsibility.
And one aspect of it wanted to
you're not going to let me talk about the other stuff, so now you got to paint me as the bad guy, so I can't say what I was going to say.
Who's painting you as bad guy, bro?
Right.
You are extracting consent, and I'm trying to tell you that you consented to this. You consented to this critique about you and Andrew Wilson's debate. And now, since we're going through it, you're trying to extract consent.
No, can I talk?
But when that little girl that was 15 years old and you sent nude pictures to it, you said that, she consented to it. But she was trying to extract consent.
Okay.
That's what you said.
17. Okay. All right. Yep. I'm not.
We're speaking about consent. Consent is the same way you view consent now will be the same way you view consent back then, right?
Oh, really? Can someone have different views about something between the ages of 17 and 22? Can someone make
no
mistakes?
in regard?
What was that zesty face that he just did? Can someone change your mind between 17 and 22? What was that? What was Oliver? Dude. So, Garcon, can we get this gentleman some testosterone over here? Please get this man some tea. And by tea, I mean testosterone, not like, tea at a tea party.
Regards to consent,
can someone have?
You don't believe, Oliver? No, listen. You don't believe that people can extract consent.
No,
so now you do believe that women. Now you wait. Time out. Now you do believe that women can extract consent.
Of course they can. Either we're moving on or I'm leaving. Which one?
You said You said of course they can.
Either we're moving on. Of course they can.
Time out, Oliver. You said of course they can.
We're moving. Are we?
No, we're not moving on right here. We gotta move on after we finish this.
No,
we're gonna move on after we finish this topic because now you're trying to paint me as the bad guy. Like, I didn't give consent to this. What about that little chick that said, I didn't give consent to you sending me your wang pic? What about that, Oliver? What about that?
And he's out. Ooh. Man, Oliver running. Oh my goodness. If this were a boxing match, Oliver would have ran out of the ring. He's running up the aisle right now, running to the back. I'm done. I can't take any more of these punches. I'm done. And he's running out to the back. Rage quitting.
To the question. This guy ran.
I mean, what do you expect?
This guy ran.
What do you expect from a male feminist?
Oh, man, it is what it is. We do it live. And the funny thing is, Oliver was disingenuous the entire time during our debate. I would give definitions. He would disagree to my definition. Later on in the discussion, when I get him cornered, he would then agree to my definition. He also would add things later on. He would make concessions about certain things like, yes. He would answer my questions, yes. Then he'll say, wait, well, no, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean yes. Well, Oliver, you can't do that. You can't do that, Oliver. And then, chat. I was not going to review the clip of Andrew Wilson and his little, debacle of what they got into on the whatever podcast. I wasn't going to do that. But the chat brung it up. It wasn't my intent. Before the podcast aired, me and Oliver had a discussion. I said, bro, I have a chat and I read the super chats. The regular chats, I don't read, but I do read the super chats. Are you okay if I read the super chats during the debate, like at moments where there's downtime? And, some of these super chats could make, personal attacks on me or you, but I'll still go ahead and read it. He said, yeah, as long as they're making a comment in regards to the discussion or regards to me personally, I would.
What?
This is what he said before the podcast. Then when this super chat came up, shout out to FB. Shout out to FB. Because really, FB, it wasn't me. I wasn't going to go down this rabbit hole at all. But
I need a soundboard.
He was okay with it. So then I go ahead and I say, there's a lot of people in the chat right now talking about the Andrew Wilson thing and how you clipped Farm and you made him out to say something that he really didn't say, where he was really just doing an internal critique and giving some certain hypotheticals to test your logic and to test your inconsistencies, but then to also make little jabs and make fun at you. And then we play the clip. It was perfectly clear. And once again, before we played the clip, I said, bro, are you okay with us playing the clip? I asked him twice. He said, yeah. Right before I got the clip, or right before I played it, I said, listen, we don't have to do this, bro. If you let me know now that you don't want me to play it, I won't play it. He says, sure, man, go ahead. I played it, and it made him run away. It made him run away.
Man, a bunch of back and forth. Just he says yes, and then he says no. You know, he's like that Katy Perry song. He's hot, and then he's cold. He's yes, then he's no. But they do that a lot. Like they'll make a point, and they think that they're sounding good or smart. So, and then when you repeat the point back to them and pretty much translate what they're really advocating for or saying, then they always like pull it back. Well, that's not what I said. I didn't say that. Well, that's not what I said. It's like, well, then what did you say? And then they'll explain it a different way, which really still it translates to what they just previously said. And then you try to call them out again, and like, well, no, that's not what I said. Like, they don't know how to acknowledge that what they just said just sounded stupid.
Because as we played the clip, you see that he contradicted himself, and you see that he was very disingenuous. The clip that he made of Andrew Wilson was Andrew Wilson giving the internal critique, talking about his worldview, not Andrew Wilson talking about his own worldview. Right? Mm-hmm. So then, even on his caption, he said that because if she orgasmed during SA, it's fine. That's what you're insinuating that Andrew Wilson is saying, but he wasn't saying that. He was doing an internal critique on you, my friend. So very disingenuous. So then he got proven wrong on that. He got proven wrong on the fact that he was disingenuous, and he didn't want to apologize. And you know what? I don't really care if people apologize. I'm friends with Andrew Wilson. And the thing is, why I asked him for an apology, because that's what the left like to do. The left wants you to apologize. The left wants to like pin you down and want you to apologize.
And you know what? The thing is, too, is that Oliver apologized when that whole thing came out with him when he was 17 and the other girl was 15, that whole thing. He made a public apology. He put out a public statement, all these things. Like, he's willing to do that for the left. But when we asked for an apology, when Cooley asked for an apology on behalf of Andrew Wilson, well, he doesn't want to give an apology. He doesn't think he did anything wrong in that case. It's so fascinating.
When you do something that they deem as bad. So I just played the same strategy that the left and the feminists usually play. I said, well, I mean, this seems to be very disingenuous. Do you apologize? And he doubled down and said no. So it's ironic there. The reason why he left, and we'll get to that now, because he started to complain. As we played the Andrew Wilson clip, he started to complain and say, oh, I didn't give consent to this. Can we just move on? Like, bro, like, why are you playing this clip about Andrew? He started to complain about it. And I'm like, wait. Are you extracting consent when you already gave consent? He says, well, people can extract consent. I said, well, why when you did a reaction video, not when he was 17 years old? This reaction video that he did wasn't when he was 17 years old. This reaction video to the whole him exposing himself to this little girl was recent, right? And even in his recent thing, he said, well, I think that, I thought nothing was wrong with it because she was sending me pictures. So I sent the picture back. She never gave consent, but I thought that the consent was insinuated. So,
whoa, wow. It's so crazy. So crazy that Oliver thought that, because the feminists and the male feminists, all these Looney Tunes people, they always go, oh, like when we try to argue about implied consent, it's like they try to act like, what? Like they don't know that's a thing. So it's crazy, Oliver, going to the implied consent.
I don't think someone can extract consent after they give it. He said this in one of his clips. So then I'm said, well, wait, bro, you don't believe in extracting consent. You don't think that I've seen a whole video of you say it because you were talking about the situation when that little 15-year-old extracted consent of you sending her new pictures. He says, oh, yeah. She did extract consent in his whole video. This wasn't when he was 17 when he made this video. He just made this video. So then he goes on to extract consent from me playing the video that we just played, even though he just gave me consent to go over the Andrew Wilson debate. This is why I called him in that, and I exposed this and inconsistencies in his thinking that is very tangential and it isn't linear. And when I pointed that out, he wanted to run. So that's why he ran, man. And yeah.
Now, it is indeed true that I exposed myself to a 15-year-old girl over FaceTime when I was 17.
That's a good way to end this. I mean, yeah, I mean, exactly. Oliver is just a plain coward, a sleazy slime ball. You know, rules for thee, but not for me. And when he does something shitty, like try to make Andrew Wilson out to be some kind of essay apologist, and he gets confronted on it, he doesn't want to apologize. He doesn't think he owes anybody an apology. He doesn't think he did anything wrong. Even in this very conversation with Cooley, he tried to deny it. He goes, well, I didn't try to paint him out to be that. No, I didn't try to do that. And then Cooley pulled up the clip that he shared, and you could see in the description, I read it out for you guys, he's implying that Andrew Wilson is a vile, terrible person because he's some kind of essay apologist. So he was lying. He got caught in a lie. Oliver, like, what are you doing, man? You think this is do you think this is good of you? Like, do you think this is stuff that you should do? Do you think it makes you any more of a man? I don't think so. I think owning up to the things that you do wrong, taking responsibility, owning up to it, and making sure you don't do it again, I think that makes you more of a man. But I mean, what do you expect? It's Oliver. He's a soy boy male feminist, and soy boy male feminists are gonna soy boy male feminists. But kudos to Cooley here on calling Oliver out. He tried his best to make him take some responsibility for his actions. But Oliver just wasn't having it, and he chose to run like a spineless coward. So good job, Cooley here. We'll see if Oliver pops up again. He might be done for a little bit. But you know, maybe, who knows? He might pop up again. What did you guys think of this video, though? Leave a comment in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel. That'll help me out a lot. And what would really help me out is if you give this video a like. That'll definitely help me out in the algorithm. If you want me to see more content like this, I got more on my channel that I think you'll enjoy.